Bring the palms together, close your eyes, relax the shoulders, start breathing in and out of your nose. Shoulders drop down, top of the head floats up, breath smooth. Just take a moment, set your intention. So to release some stress, to heal, to strengthen, whatever it is for you that makes sense for your own body and mind this morning. And then while you're doing that, drop your head down over to your left side. Nice easy neck stretch on the right. A few breaths. Good, then switch sides. Good, then drop the arms from there, make a few circles with the head, one direction. And then opposite direction. Happy class 200, you guys. 200 today, 200 times. And of course, today, technical difficulties. Shoulder rolls forward and back, forward and back. But we're here, we're doing it, so that's good news. And I thought, what would be fun to do for class number 200, opposite direction in your shoulder rolls. And I thought it'd be fun to challenge ourselves a little bit with some deeper holds, longer holds, kind of get a little bit more uncomfortable. Go ahead and take the arms up, interlace the fingertips, turn the palms up to the ceiling, straighten the arms, stretch the shoulders. So the main idea when we go into this, we're going to do a little warm-up like usual, some sun salutations. But then we're going to hold certain things. Maybe chair pose we'll hold for a few minutes. Maybe warrior two we'll hold for a few minutes. Tree pose we'll hold for a few minutes. We did this, a similar type class a few weeks ago, a month ago, whatever. Fold over to one side, easy side stretch. And it was all about mental focus. So it's going to be a similar thing today. We'll take a few poses deeper than maybe necessary. So again, do the best you can. You can always make sure you modify if you need to. Switch sides, come out of the pose easy. But I'll give you the time. I'll say, okay, we're going to do chair pose for 3 minutes or 2 minutes or whatever it is, or tree pose for 3 minutes. And it'll burn for a while. And just the whole idea is to breathe through that, right? Back to the center. And then go ahead and lean back. Take a nice big inhale. And then fold forward down as you exhale. And yeah, so we'll just have a little fun with it. Move a little bit here, side to side. If your legs are tighter, bend the knees slightly. If you're more flexible, you can have the legs straight, but a little sway side to side. Wednesdays we call Workshop Wednesday, where we take an idea or a pose or an area of the body and we go a little deeper. So today, let's just call it mental toughness, right? Mental toughness. Come back to the center, clasp the hands back, interlace the fingertips. Maybe this could be mental toughness part 2. Stretch the shoulders, breathe. It's Veterans Day today. If you're watching this live here today, it's Veterans Day, so a little shout out to all our vets who have served for us. One more breath. And then release the arms. We're going to go down into a squat. So you got 3 options in your squat. You're either on your toes like that, or your feet are out and you're like that, or the feet are straight and flat. So either way, find your best squat position. And the first one doesn't have to be the ultimate one. You can let yourself warm into this. Interlace the fingertips, all except the index fingers. Reach the arms forward, and then lift the arms up and stretch and breathe. Good. One more inhale into the upper back stretch. And then fold. Clasp the hands back behind you. Interlace the fingertips again. Stretch the shoulders. We're going to do 3 times like that. One more breath. Then release it. And come back down. Squat down. Interlace all the fingers but the index finger. And ultimately, you're trying to get the arms vertical. So vertical is pretty hard because you have ankle flexibility, calf flexibility, Achilles, knees, quads, hips, lower back, upper back, shoulders. One more inhale. And then fold down, clasp the hands back again. Stretch the shoulders. Call this number 2. One more. A few breaths here. Good. And then release it. Come on back in one more time. Sinking down. Interlace. Lift up. And breathe. Good. One more inhale. And then fold. Clasp the hands back. Stretch. Good. Release the arms. Engage the abdomen. Slowly roll up. Good. And then we're going to do a few arm circles. So one arm, about 10 times. And just as a reminder, if you're newer to us, these classes are done on a donation basis. You can, a few ways you could do that. You Venmo me directly at Teddy McDonald, switch arms. Or you can go to 5pointyoga.com, our yoga studio here. You could sign up for your class through MindBody, just like you would any other class. Or we set up a little donation there. You could pay for your class that way. Or now you can become a monthly member, side to side. As we shift into the virtual world, there was a message yesterday, just that how the surge in coronavirus cases are basically pushing our opening back even further. So I don't know if we're going to open again till next spring. It looks like. So your support helps keep the lights on and the mission staying healthy, moving forward. Step the feet together, palms together. Take a nice big inhale, lift the arms up. Fold down forward as you exhale. Extend the spine as you inhale, look forward, and then step back to plank pose, top of a push-up. So here will be our first kind of mental toughness game. So think about this as kind of a strength building class. And we're going to move through our sun salutations too, but mixed in into our flow will be some of these stronger things. So right now what we're going to do is lower halfway chaturanga, elbows back, press back up. Normally we do that 5 times. We're just going to do 2 more. So we're going to do 3 times. Lower, press up, and then 1 more, lower, and push up. But then what I want you to do is hold. So we're going to do 3 more. I want you to lower. We're going to take a full inhale and exhale, and then come back up and do a full inhale and exhale. So take a big inhale, and then lower, exhale, hold, inhale, exhale, press back up, inhale, exhale. So modifications are fine if you need to drop the knees down, lower again, inhale, exhale, push up, inhale, exhale, 1 more like that, lower, inhale, exhale, strong thighs, and then push up, inhale, exhale, good. Drop to the knees, cat and cow tilts. So inhale and exhale. Inhaling, exhaling. A few more, inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale. 1 more, inhale and exhale, good. And then side to side. So pick the feet up, side to side, shoulder and hip together one side, shoulder and hip together other side. Shoulder and hip together, shoulder and hip together. Keep that going. Good. Good. So just in the beginning, always warming up, testing the waters, lubricating the joints here a little bit. Left leg back, right arm forward. Hold a few breaths. Could roll that ankle in the back a little bit. And then bend the knee, reach back for the foot. Grab the foot if you can. Flex the ankle, flex the foot, lift up, breathe. Get a little spine stretch, a little shoulder stretch, quad and hip stretch. Good. Leg back, arm forward, lift, and release. Round the back, tuck the tailbone, and then back to neutral. Same thing, other side, opposite leg, opposite arm. Breathe. Good, and then if you can, reach back for the foot or ankle, and then go ahead and grab it and lift and breathe. Good, one more breath, and let it go. Leg back, arm forward, lift, and release. Child's pose for a moment. Good, and from child's pose to downward facing dog. And of course, anytime you need a little rest, you can always rest in child's pose. But downward facing dog, take a moment, bend the left leg, push the right heel down, really stretch the back of your left leg. Fingers are spread, palms are flat, breath smooth. Good. Switch sides, same thing. Breathing into the back of that leg. Good. Straighten both legs from there. Come up on the toes. Walk softly to the hands. Extend the spine as you inhale. Look forward. Fold as you exhale. Stretch all the way up. Nice big inhale. Hands to the heart. Exhale. Sun salutation A. Let's do 3 rounds. Arms up when you're ready. Inhale. Take the first one a little bit easier. Fold down as you exhale. Extend the spine as you inhale. Step back as you exhale. Drop to the knees first, and then all the way to the mat. Easy back bend, a gentle cobra pose, and then downward facing dog. You just reverse it. Come on back up. Fingers spread, palms flat, breath smooth. Good. Up on the toes again. Walk or hop forward. Extend the spine as you inhale, fold as you exhale. All the way up, nice big inhale. Hands to the heart, exhale. So if you need to do that way again, do that way again. If you want to go a little bit more advanced, arms up, inhale, fold down, exhale. Extend the spine, and instead of stepping back, you jump. Land in chaturanga, and then with the arms bent, then upward facing dog, so that's a little bit different. And then downward facing dog. Hold it there, a few breaths. Fingers spread, palms flat. Good, up on the toes again. Walk or jump. Extend the spine as you inhale, fold as you exhale. All the way up, nice big inhale. Hands to the heart. Exhale, arms up, inhale. Fold down, exhale. Extend the spine, inhale. Step or jump back. Chaturanga, upward facing dog, easy, shoulders back, heart opens, and then downward facing dog. Hold it and breathe. Good. Again, up on the toes. Walk or hop forward. Extend the spine as you inhale. Fold as you exhale. Stand by. I'm going to set my timer, and we're going to do 2 minutes in chair. Ready, set, go. So bend the knees, reach the arms up, chair pose. So normally we do 30 seconds, but today we're going to start to mix in some of these longer holds. And again, when you, technically it's not bar stool pose, it's chair pose. So you want to be sinking in there, but at the same time, you don't want to, this is 2 minute hold. So that's a long time, so you don't want to, it doesn't want to be excruciating, should never be stressful. Should be a bit of a challenge, should build a little heat, but should never be stressful. If you look down, you want to make sure you see your toes, so you don't want your knees too far forward. Sitting back, most of this is in the quads, right? Slight engage in the belly. If you can, it's also a little shoulder stretch, so you're gazing forward or maybe looking up if possible. Breathe. And if you absolutely had to stand up for a second, you could. One little sort of secret is to lean to one leg, let the other leg rest slightly, lean to the other leg, and then let the opposite leg rest. So that's legal in the yoga world. You won't be disqualified. Sink down a little bit. We got 45 seconds to go. Breathe. It's a way to immediately heat up your body. It's 60 degrees in this room right now, I think. It just heats you up right away. 30 seconds to go. Breathe. Notice your mind. There's so much about the mind, and the mind telling you, oh, this is easy, no problem. Or, fuck, why am I doing this? Get me out of here. Sink a little bit lower if you can. Last 5 seconds. And slowly stand up. Big full breath. And notice too, so part of the yoga practice is about the awareness in your body, feeling what it feels like just from being in the pose to coming out of the pose, taking a breath. How does the energy shift? So you create that awareness by moving this way. So now we're going to go chair pose again. Inhale. Fold down, exhale. Halfway up, inhale. Step or jump back, exhale. Vinyasa, remember your choice. You can go all the way to the mat or halfway to chaturanga. Upward facing dog or cobra. Down dog. We're just going to go right into our warm up here. So right leg up behind you. Bring it all the way forward. Turn the back foot flat. Warrior one. Just one big inhale. Reach up. Stretch. Hands down. Take the leg back. Vinyasa. Lower down. All the way or halfway. Heart opens. Shoulders back. Down dog. Left side like before. Take the leg up. Bring it forward. Warrior one. Reach up. Inhale. Stretch, hands down, take the leg back, Vinyasa lower, upward facing dog and downward facing dog. Hold here, breathe, a few breaths, fingers spread, palms flat, breath smooth. If your legs are tighter, slight bend in the legs is fine, lengthening the lower back, breathing deeply. Good, one more breath. And then up on the toes when you're ready. Walk or jump. Extend the spine as you inhale. Fold as you exhale. Chair pose from there. Bend the knees, reach the arms. Inhale. And then stand, hands together, exhale. Just for a breath, it's not as bad as 2 minutes. So 2 more rounds of sun salutation. B, chair pose. Inhale, follow the breath. Fold as you exhale. Halfway up as you inhale. Step or hop back. Chaturanga. Or all the way to the mat. Upward facing dog. That's a big inhale. Down dog is the exhale. Right leg up behind you as you inhale. Bring it forward as you exhale. Warrior one. Reach up. Inhale. Stretch. Hands down. Leg back. Vinyasa lower. Upward facing dog, down dog, left side, take it up, bring it forward. Warrior one, reach up, inhale, hands down, leg back, vinyasa lower. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog pose, hold it and breathe. Good, one more breath. Up on the toes again, walk or hop forward. Extend that spine as you inhale, fold as you exhale. Chair pose, inhale, and stand. Hands together at the heart, exhale. You know, the more you do 2-minute chair holds, the easier 30 seconds gets, right? Chair pose again. One more round. Inhale. That same sequence, sun salutation B, fold as you exhale. Halfway up, inhale, stepper and jump back. Chaturanga, upward facing dog, down dog. Right leg first, take it up, bring it forward. Warrior one, reach up, inhale. Hands down, leg back. Vinyasa lower. Excuse me, upward facing dog, down dog, left side, last one. Warrior one, inhale. Hands down, leg back, vinyasa lower. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Good. Let's drop to the knees for a moment. But I want you to keep the toes tucked. Keeping the toes tucked, sit back onto your heels. The only reason you wouldn't keep the toes tucked is if it hurt your feet so much you couldn't stretch. So the other option, if you're on your knees like this with the toes tucked, it's still a bit of a stretch. So if your feet are so tight that you can't do this, that's fine. Just do this. You're still getting a little stretch. But about a minute here. So first you want the weight of the body to sink down into the heels, to stretch the bottoms of the feet. So if you could move your knees back a little bit, you move your knees back. It just makes the stretch a little bit more intense. Then go ahead and interlace the fingertips, turn the palms forward, straightening the arms, and then bring the arms up as vertical as you can without puffing the chest forward and sinking into the lower back. So slide and engage in the belly, extend the shoulders up, and then bring them back by the ears and breathe. Just having the arms up intensifies, and the time here intensifies the stretch in the feet. So stay focused. Just gonna take a few more breaths. So lift up a little bit taller if you can, and if the leaning back is in your world there, lean back a little bit, some more weight into the feet. Good, one more big inhale. And then come forward onto the hands and knees. Pick up what used to be your feet, toes, and wiggle your toes. And just let some fresh blood move back through the foot there. You can roll the ankles a little bit. Good. And then downward facing dog. From there, up on the toes, walk softly to the hands. Halfway up as you inhale, fold as you exhale. And then all the way up, nice big inhale. We didn't even do chair there. Hands together at the heart, exhale. Good. So we're going to go back to tree. We're going to hold tree for 3 minutes. Tree pose. So you're going to stand on one leg. This is tree pose. For those of you that aren't familiar, that's tree pose, right? So we'll just go ahead and let's get there. Starting on your left leg. Right leg is up. 3 minutes. Ready, set, go. So you can start with the palms together. We'll do a few variations. But the main idea here is to hold, So if you lose your balance, just come back to the pose, right? You're gonna start to notice your foot shaking and, you know, the ankle and all those intrinsic muscles around, trying to keep you stable. So part of helping that process is keeping your gaze at one point. So preferably a spot that's not moving, and then keep your your breath even. So good, smooth, even breaths. Whoa. So I look at my watch and then I almost fall. From here, if you feel more comfortable, take the arms up. I forget last time if we did 2 minutes or 3 minutes, but today we're going to shoot for 3 minutes on each leg. But at the end, we're going to see if we can get a full breath after the 3 minutes. We're going to see if we can get a full breath with the eyes closed. A full inhale and an exhale. It may or may not happen, doesn't matter, but it's fun to try. So just shoulders relaxed, breathing deep. When you hold these poses for longer periods of time, you really allow the pose to come to you in a way. So you allow your body to kind of like, there's this one thing to survive a short burst of effort. It's another thing to be able to hold for a longer period of time. We're halfway through, just over halfway. Shoulders relaxed, breathing deeply. And if at any point balance gets a little tricky, take your arms out to the side. That usually helps a little bit, like the tightrope. Right? What was that movie? High Wire or Wire? On the Wire? Something like that. I actually never saw it. I want to see it. Where the guy goes between the Twin Towers. 2 minutes so far. Breathe. And sometimes bringing the palms back together helps with your focus. And notice, because if your mind starts bouncing around and your gaze starts bouncing around, then you might lose your balance, but then you might find these moments where you're just so focused. We got 30 seconds, and then we shoot for our eyes closed. Keep breathing. Good. One more breath. And you're going to bring your hands back to your heart. Pause. If you can, close the eyes. Inhale. Exhale. And then crash and burn. Shake out that leg. So whether the inhale and exhale with the eyes closed worked or not, is a whole different thing. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but it's just fun to try. So switch legs here, get off that leg. You can kind of roll that ankle a little bit. It'll just feel good. And we're gonna stretch them both when we finish this side. So 3 minutes again on this side. Same thing, ready? Set, go. Pull that leg up. And tree pose. So again, you want to sort of drop down into a deeper place in your being and just hold. And you're just observing, right? So you're observing your body. Put your body in a pose, a situation. And then instead of just being freaked out by the situation because you haven't done it before, or maybe never this long, or haven't done it in a while, or whatever it is that your mind starts telling you, you want to just see if you can observe the mind. So there is your mind and the thinking process, and then there's the deeper place inside that's kind of beyond the mind. And so what I want you to do is, I like to call it the witness. I want you to see if you can tap into that and just understand that, yeah, there's you're in tree, you're doing well, or you're not doing so well, and it is what it is. Right? Just observation. We're over a minute so far. It's funny, this side is always a little bit more challenging for me, but I'm trying to shift my mindset. And when that thought comes in, I try to say, no, this side is equal or easier than the other side. It hasn't changed the effort, but I'm trying to see if I can change it, because I don't quite understand. I mean, I guess it's because my left leg is just the stronger leg. Like, whoa. I don't play soccer, but if I did, my strong side would be my left. If I were to kick a field goal, it would be with my left leg, even though I'm right-handed. Approaching 2 minutes. Keep breathing. If you're more comfortable, arms up. Breath smooth. Find those moments. Whoa. And if you crash, and burn, then just come back to it. But find the moments where you're stable and steady, calm. Use the breath. This is where I wish somebody was telling me what the time was, so I didn't have to look at it. 20 seconds, less than that. 15 now. Whoa. All right, now bring the palms back together. Pause for a moment. If you can, close the eyes. All right, done. It's harder on the right for some reason. I don't know why. Let's take a little vinyasa. Step the feet there. Palms up. We're going to stretch. Inhale and fold down forward as you exhale. Extend the spine as you inhale. Look forward. Step backward. Jump back. Vinyasa. Lower down all the way or halfway. Upward facing dog and then downward facing dog. But right from here, this time, down onto the knees. And you're going to keep you're going to point the toes back, right? So you're not going to tuck the toes this time and sit back on the heels. If you can, bring the heels together and sit back on the heels. They may come apart. For me, they used to come apart all the time. Now if I was just focused on keeping them together, it's a better stretch, deeper stretch on the tops of the feet and the shins. If you need support and you have blocks, you can always use blocks, but not necessary. You can just use your body too, right? So if it was so excruciating and you needed the support there, you could do that. Otherwise, even the hands down on the floor. So some people, there's a big space between their ankles and the floor, and that's just because of the tightness of a muscle called the tibialis anterior or anterior tibialis, the shin muscle, which is what we're stretching now. Breathe. Just feels good. And then you can sort of rock a little bit side to side. So it's not really a rock, it's more like a lean, trying to get the outside of the ankle to stretch. Some of those muscles are working hard in tree pose for that length of time. Other side. And then if this is already a big enough stretch, stay there. If you feel like you can lean back and lift the knees, then lean back and lift the knees and breathe. Let the shoulders drop down. Lift the heart up and drop the head back. Breathe. One more breath. And then all the way forward down. Onto the hands and knees again. Lift the feet, roll the ankles. All right. Downward facing dog from there. Just going to mix in a little standing sequence. So right leg when you're ready, take it up behind you. Bring it all the way forward. Stay on the back toes, crescent pose. So staying on the back toes, crescent, shoulders down, arms out to the side, lift the upper body up. Feeling this on your front left hip flexor. Front left hip flexor. Breath smooth, a little back bend by leaning back, keeping the balance. One more inhale. And then you're going to look forward, lean forward, step up, warrior three. Warrior three, hold it. We're not going to hold for minutes, just a few breaths here. We'll do our standing sequence where we go to half moon and reverse half moon. So from here, slowly lift that left hip up. Lifting the left hip up slowly, right hand down. If you had a block, you could use your block right here to support that and make it easier. Ultimately, the standing leg is straight and the top leg is straight. Flex that top foot. If you're more flexible, you don't need the block. Your fingertips come to the floor. If your balance is okay, then you're looking up at the top thumb. Breathe. Drive the back leg back, so flex the foot and drive the heel. Breathe. Good. From here, look down. Here's the tricky transition. Lift the upper body up and then back to warrior three. Let that leg burn a little. Left hand down, right arm up. Breathe deeply. Lengthen the upper body. So straighten the standing leg if you can. Straighten the top leg if you can. Lengthen your upper body. Twist and turn. Breathe. Good. One more inhale. And then drop it all. Hands and feet. Shake out the right leg. Give it a little shake. And then step back about halfway onto your mat. And then squat down here. So we're going to do crow pose. I'm going to take my watch off so I can actually see the time. We're going to do crow, arm balance. I think we did this for 1 minute last time. So we're going to do the same thing again. Crow pose, just for those of you that don't know, you set the hands, your knees go into the back of your arms, and then you hold here. So we're going to do 1 minute. If that is not for you, or if you're not used to it, or you need to come out early, just hold your squat for a minute. It's a really powerful pose for lots of different areas. Ready, set, go. 1 minute hold. Breathe. And again, 1 minute is a long time, so if you're not used to it, you just do the best you can. So far, 15 seconds. Keep breathing. Fingers spread, palms flat. You can lift your head a little bit. Keep the breath smooth. Good, you're halfway there. Oh, my triceps are hurting for some reason. Keep breathing. Good, 15 more seconds. You could bring the feet together if you needed to. And 1 minute. So go ahead and step back. You could jump back, take a little vinyasa, lower down, upward facing dog. Easy, that's kind of a forward bend, so you just want to be careful with your back bends, not to go too deep after a big forward bend. And then downward facing dog. Take a moment, bend the left leg, push the right heel down. Stretch, deep, deep stretch. Good. And then left side, take the leg up and bring it forward. Stay on the back toes, crescent pose. We got to do the other side on that standing sequence. Arms up, shoulders relaxed, arms out to the side. Lift the upper body up. Breathe. Good. One more inhale. And then lean forward, step up. And again, just a few breaths. So these aren't super long holds, but I just want you to fill out the pose as much as you can. So here, that means straightening the standing leg. It means straightening that back leg. It means lengthening the spine, reaching the arms out, and then slowly lifting the right hip. So right hip opens, you're standing on the left leg. Left hand comes down. Again, if you had the block, you could use it. It just makes it a little bit easier, especially if you have tighter hamstrings. From here, if you're okay, whoa, with the block or not, and your balance is okay, you start to shift the gaze up toward that top thumb. Not necessary, but you do the best you can. Breathe. Good, open up. One more breath. And then look down, come on back up. Whoa, almost crash. Right hand down, left arm up. So we reverse it, driving the back leg back, lengthen the upper body up, twist and breathe. Lift the back leg, twist up, a few more breaths. Good, one more inhale. and drop it all, hands and feet. We're gonna do a little squat here. Not gonna do as long of a hold, but we are gonna squat down again. And pause, a couple breaths. So in the beginning of this class, as I bent down, my knees crack, I hear all kinds of stuff in my body, and then eventually it goes away. And part of that process is just a lubrication of your body, the muscles and the joints. So it's good to move in a specific way like this. A few more breaths. We're gonna do one more kind of harder pose, especially for anyone who's got tighter shoulders. We're gonna do Dolphin Pose. We're gonna hold that for 2 minutes. So if you want one more time in crow, not a long hold, just go ahead and set the hands, lean in, balance. If you wanted to do your headstand sequence, you could drop to the head and then take the legs up. And then bring them down and back up to crow, and then jump back. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. So either way, whether you stayed in the squat, you did a shorter arm balance or the sequence, go ahead back to down dog, bend your right leg, push the left heel down, give it a big stretch. Good. And then drop to the knees. This is where, if you have a block, I want you to grab the block, put your thumbs on the underside, the front side, I guess, or whatever, and the fingers on the outside. So basically, if you had the block, you're like this. If you don't have a block, it's totally fine. What I want you to do is see if you can get your forearms parallel to each other. We're gonna do Dolphin Pose for 2 minutes. And let me just reset that. So I'm gonna use a block since I have one here. Dolphin Pose for 2 minutes, and Dolphin Pose essentially here is down dog on the forearms. So we're gonna start, 3, 2, 1, go. So straightening the legs and pushing back. What I want you to do is just push back here. So, you know, years ago when I sort of started going on retreats and doing yoga and just loving it, we would do this class called a Tapas class. And what my teacher taught at the time. And it was these long holds, like 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes in these crazy holds. And I'll never forget doing Pinchamayurasana, which is basically this, but with your legs up. So it's an inversion, balancing for 2 minutes, and almost like to tears for holding it for so long. Oh, so crazy. Push back, but this still is tight. Oh, so you want to push back and breathe. So if you have tighter shoulders, you might have to interlace your fingers, right? It's okay if the arms are not parallel, but ultimately that's what you want. Push back again. Anytime you feel like, oh, it's getting a little easier, that's because your shoulders are coming forward. I want you to push back, so you're feeling the stretch the whole time. Breathe. And we're approaching 2 minutes. We are we're approaching 90 seconds. So we're about 90 seconds in so far. Breathe. Keep pushing. Good. It's about 15 seconds to go. Push. Good. 3, 2, 1. Give it the last push. And then if you can, look at the hands. Down dog. Push the arms straight. Move that block out of the way. And then drop to the knees. Drop to the knees. You can point the toes back. Sit back on the heels like earlier. Shoulders down. Clasp the hands behind you. Interlace the fingertips. Lift the upper body up. Pull the shoulders back. There's a little counter stretch for what we just did. One more inhale. And then fall down as you exhale onto the very top of the head. Stretch. One more breath in the shoulders. Very good. And then release it. And then child's pose for a moment. Yeah, and then we're gonna wrap it up here. So come on up, cross your legs, bring the feet forward, shake them out for a second. So, of course, my monthly session, my monthly 10 a.m. is today, where I would just want to keep doing this for another half an hour. But we gotta stop. So lift the arms up, fold down, forward. Maybe next week we'll do part 3 of the long holds and suffering. Hang forward, few breaths, stretch. Good, and then we're just gonna go right back onto the back. We're gonna do a little twist and Shavasana, and then we're done. So go ahead and pull your right knee into the chest. Give it a good squeeze in. And then roll to the left side. Easy twist. Good. Switch sides. Same thing. Good. And then back to the center. Shavasana, just a couple minutes. Eyes closed, shoulders down, away from the ears, feet flop open, arms down by the side. Just take a few breaths. Totally, totally relaxing. Go ahead and bring your left hand to your heart center, right hand to the belly. Take a nice deep breath. And roll to your right side. Pause. Then up to a seat, comfortable seated position. And again, we'll just do a short moment to close here. Sit up nice and tall, palms up, eyes closed, couple of breaths. So much about connecting to that deeper place inside, so we use the body and the mind and the breath to sort of ultimately wring out the system of any stress and tension and toxins and mind chatter. And then we get here, where we can just chill out, relax, and breathe. Palms together at the heart. Take a moment of gratitude. Gratitude for every breath. Namaste. Well done, you guys. Thank you very much for showing up. Thank you for bringing your energy. And I'll be right back here tomorrow. And thank you, and I'll see you